All clear. Probably just the wind rattling the windows or something. That security guard looks pretty handsome, though. I'm liking the guns. I'm liking the guns on that guy. Can we romance him? Priorities. This is Jiminy Cricket's priorities. And he exits to go sweep other floors. Carl wasn't kidding. Motion trackers must be hypersensitive. Fortunately, the guards seem a bit desensitized to them. Not saying I should trip them all for fun, but at least I know I can evade, right? Could use them for a distraction too. Throw a stapler, draw guard aggro. That's smart. Evasion's the best bet here. You don't want to risk any encounters. Can you cut the alarms instead? Then you won't have to worry. Yeah, but I feel like that could trigger things. Evasion's the best bet here. You don't want to risk any encounters. Oh, this is interesting. Could use them for a distraction to throw a stapler, draw. Yeah, but I just feel like that could make them think something is up, or it could desensitize them even more when it's just a false alarm. Cutting the alarms, I feel like that's risky because it might seem smart, but I think cutting it could also cause other alarms. So I think evasion or this one. I kind of like the idea of solid snaking it, like throwing a stapler, draw guard aggro, hop into a cardboard box. Yeah, could use them for distraction. Oh, I like that. Oldie but a goodie. And enhanced by the alarm system too. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind for later. Sneaking all the way to the server room from the rooftop floors is time-consuming. I need to be careful to slip in and around the safety of the stairwell to avoid camera eyes. But eventually we're here, and one pick block later, we're ready to hack. Oh, wow! This is a heck of a setup! What I wouldn't give to have a server farm to throw at crypto cracking problems. Focus, Fancy Feast. Right. I stack up some manuals on a chair so Gib can reach the keys of an Access workstation. I'm gonna need a few minutes to hack this thing. If I had some specs on their software config, I could do it faster. But it's quiet down here. We should be just fine. And a few minutes later... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What uh-oh? I don't like uh-oh. I'm in, but there's no Crimer database. Not even a trace of it. It's not here. It's probably in the CEO's room. What? No, it's gotta be here. Letty Legitimate's behind Crimer. He has to be. I did my homework on this, but why would he just stick it on a server though? I feel like that's risky. People work in the server rooms all the time, and we have developers who work in the server room. I know that as a software engineer. Why would he put it there? Check again, dig deeper, it has to be here. I've checked and dug and checked, and Crimer isn't... Wait, it's... Oh. It's in the building, yes, but not here. Not in the server farm. It's gotta be in the CEO's building. Looks like it was moved last week. Transferred to the personal workstation of Mr. Legitimate. That's what I was saying. I'm glad I checked the CEO's office. It's in the CEO's office, which I did check. I did get intel on. The CEO's office? Well, shirt. Can you get into Lenny's office by the vents? No way. From the plans I saw, he has all sorts of lasers in the way. With little other option, Gibson erases his digital paw print tracks and pops down, jumping into my backpack. She should have listened to me. I didn't go into the server farm specifically because I didn't believe that they would be in there. That just would not be... That would be way... If I was a crime boss and I wanted to hide the fact that I was in charge of Crimer, putting it in the server room, that has so much access to all of my employees, no. That would be stupid. With little other option, Gibson erases digital paw print tracks and hops down, jumping into my backpack. Together, we begin the long hike back upstairs to Mr. Legitimate's stronghold. I already scoped out Lenny's office. It's the Bastille. There's no way I can cleanly crack into that place without setting off so many alarms. I pause before the intimidatingly secure door. I have no clue what's in there. Might not be an office at all. We could be waltzing into something very big and dangerous. Nobody's seen Leonard Legitimate in years. Maybe he doesn't exist. Maybe he does. Maybe he's the king in yellow who runs Crimer. But if our data's inside, we gotta go in. And that's that. Okay. We need a plan. Trigger a dozen other alarms and use the chaos as cover. Move fast. We need to stay quiet. Just crack into the place like you normally would. This sounds sloppy to me, and not as much finesse. This feels really, really risky. Trigger a dozen other alarms and use the chaos as cover. Move fast. We need to stay quiet. Just crack into place like you normally would. I'm not a big chaos person. I'm very much not a bold chaos person, especially when it comes to crime, villainy stuff. This is more my jam. I can see another playthrough where I want to be more chaotic. We need to stay quiet. Just crack into the place like we normally would. Okay, this is going to take a lot of time. Time we may not have, and we're likely to trip 1 or 2 alarms. But you're right, we have to be careful and clean. Okay. One by one, I take down access control mechanisms. I mean, we got intel. That should count for something. I got intel about this place. One by one, I take down access control mechanisms. I may be garbage with computers, but security gadgets? I've been dealing with them for years. Penny, hurry! I've got a backdoor into their systems, and routine security sweeps are moving this way! I can see on my visor! Working as fast as I can. Reroute that, bypass past this, disable the other thing. This is going too slow. I feel like I didn't scout enough. I didn't get the info I need to get in quicker. Don't blame yourself, though. And we'll get through this, I promise. Even a sloppy caper is still good if we get it away in the end. Okay, we're in. Dispatch now, starting sweep of executive level. Quickly, I hurry inside, hoping we avoided notice. Okay. The office of Leonard Legitimate, rising star of the tech sector, disruptive market leader, innovator, creator, reclusive genius. But apparently he exists. People who don't exist don't need tacky office furniture, and no dust to speak of on any of it. One mystery solved, but not the mystery we came here to solve. We need Crimer access, and quickly. I close the door behind me and approach the impressive-looking Legit Station computer at his desk. Gib, you're up. Gibson hops out, climbs up to the keys, and gets to work. I thought we were using our code names. I'm stressed, okay? I keep forgetting, and you called me Penny plenty of times. How long will it take to hit the Crimer database from there? Give me 2 minutes! No, 3. 3 minutes! You got, well, however many minutes it takes for security to realize we're here. As Gibson bangs away on the keyboard, I'm left standing and waiting to see if we succeed, or we get arrested, or killed. But no choice, right? This is where the arrows point to. Get Crimer access, then use that to find good jobs that'll keep us alive and well. It's going to be hard work from here on out, but you're ready. You always have a choice, Penny. You could walk away. Maybe there's something out there for you beyond the possibilities you know. Maybe there's something out there for you beyond the possibilities you know. Maybe, but I'm a criminal, right? I'm too far gone. I can't walk another path. I chose this one. I wanted to choose this one as a gut reaction, but I think this one's more strategic because this one, I think, is easier for her to dismiss. This one makes her a little bit more open-minded, that maybe a life of crime isn't ultimately what she really wants or needs. I'm too far gone. I can't walk another path. I'm risking my life and Gibson's life, but there's no choice. None. It's just this. But you can see farther than I can. I'm not delusional. You aren't my brain tricking me. You have an outsider's perspective on my life. You've proven that again and again. Tell me, what's going to happen? Am I going to find success and freedom? Am I going to live happily ever after? Spoilers, Penny. I can't tell you exactly what's coming. Just that there will be some surprises ahead. I can't say for sure because I don't know. I'm sorry. I mean, this is my honest answer. I can't say for sure because even I don't know. I'm sorry. Risky. It's risky, I know. The life I lead. So much so that you can't predict everything. But all of that is moot. Right here and now, the future can wait. I need to finish this caper and get Crimer access. After that, well, we'll explore the possibilities together. I got it! I got it. One forged Crimer access pass with full login credentials. I just got an achievement. I also scraped a few gigs of heavily encrypted data in the same folder. No idea what it is, but figured, hey, while we're here. You did good, Gib. You did well. You did well, Gib. Okay, let's book it before things get any more complicated. I help Gibbs into my backpack and turn to leave, and this is where chaos ensues. I'm gonna get caught and get marched deeper. Oh no! Oh! Carl, you were one. This was your day of retirement. I thought you were retiring, man. You need to get to your grandkids. Oh no, Carl! Oh! I actually am glad things worked out the way it did. Because A, we got to meet Carl. I actually really like Carl's character. And then B, the fact that we did this a little bit less clean, the fact that it's a little sloppy. I feel like if everything was super squeaky clean, we would not have encountered Carl. And so the payoff of this, I think everything worked out the way it should from a narrative perspective. I think this is a lot more interesting to have met Carl beforehand and now encountering him into this very awkward predicament and get marched deeper into the office at gunpoint. A trembling, shaking gun held by a trembling, shaking old man in a security uniform. Halt! In the name of the law! Carl, why couldn't you have gone home at the end of the day? Carl John Smith, security guard. Oh, I'm gonna have to appeal to him and his kids. Remember me? Oh no, but then he'll blow my cover. No, that'll blow my cover. Oh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, Penny? What are we gonna do? You're not supposed to be in here. I'm not supposed to be in here. You're trespassing. I do not want to fight a senior citizen, but if he doesn't give me a choice, I don't want to either. Hey, don't move. I said don't move. You're a supervillain, aren't you? I won't let you scramble my brain or boil my blood or shoot me with a freeze ray or... What? I don't do anything like that. Or turn me into a pile of applesauce, or convert my atoms into gold, or go back in time and kill my grandfather. I don't do any of those things either. Ooh, well, what is your superpower? All you masks have freaky A superpowers. My superpower is the superpower of love. Bow chicka bow bow. But don't worry, Officer Carl, I'm not gonna use those superpowers on you. But maybe muscle memory. Or that other security guard. Bow chicka bow bow. I couldn't take him down by force. I could take him down by force. I don't want to. This man's about to be retired. Or maybe I can scare him into leaving me alone. Or would that just make it worse? I don't know. You're my superpower. You're my superpower. I'm her I'm her superpower. Her superpower is she can talk to other people through the screen. Breaking the fourth wall. Her superpower is breaking the fourth wall. So basically she's Deadpool. Like another version of Deadpool. I like this. You're my superpower, aren't you? Be super powerful and get me out of this mess. You know this guy. It's Carl. Remind him of what's waiting for him after retirement. This makes a lot of sense, and it'll use stuff we actually got from talking to him last time. We have to calm him down, tell him the truth about why you're here, and appeal to his sense of justice. Can you take him out without hurting him? He looks fragile, and we don't want a body count. You know this guy. See, it's all about the diplomacy. I'm all about the diplomacy. I'm all about making friends, keeping your friends close and your enemies closer. Not that I think Carl's really an enemy. He's just a unfortunate third party. You know this guy. It's Carl. Remind him of what's waiting for him after retirement. It means exposing my sneaking around earlier today, but that's a heck of a lever to pull. You're right. Okay, I say pull it. Carl, you don't want to do this. You're so close to retirement, aren't you? How do you know my name? You told me. Remember? I brought you donuts, and we talked about your plans after today? You've got a grandkid my age. If you shoot... nice, because I asked about his grandkids. You've got a grandkid my age. If you shoot me, if I die, you're gonna have a hard time facing them. I'll be on your mind. I don't want that for you. I'm not threatening you. I'm scared that if you hurt me, you won't forgive yourself. I'm trying to help you avoid that. Heck yeah, superpower! Go, Penny, go. Yeah, you're a supervillain, a criminal. I'm supposed to confront criminals, and you're just a kid. You're just a kid. Remind him you're just some harmless kid. Suggest you call an actual hero in to confront you instead. Suggest you call an actual hero. I'm gonna try to appeal to that. Remind him you're just some harmless kid. Not all supervillains are cackling evil bees looking to hurt people. I'm just stealing stuff to try to get by. I don't want to hurt anyone. Which I think is the truth. I'm broke as fork, Carl. I'm down bad. I can't hold a real job. Not with my rep as a mask, so I do what I gotta. I actually like this. Fighting him with honesty. Fighting him with empathy and honesty. It's either this or starve. But your boss? He's got more than he could ever need in life. What's justice to you, Carl? Would you throw a kid stealing a loaf of bread in prison? I have a duty to perform here, kid. You're retiring. What legacy do you want to leave as your last action on the job? Shooting a hungry kid? Or walking away? Don't like it. Not one bit. But I don't want this on my conscience. After today, think about going straight, kid. You've got choices. Make good ones. I like this. I like this resolution a lot. For me, this is the perfect first heist. I feel like everything went the way I would have wanted it to go, ideally. Nice. Stefan, mwah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way to start this. Mwah. Some touch and go moments, but we did it. We've got Crimer app access. As much as I'd love to stick around and loot the place for all its delicious, delicious data and valuables, it's time to go. I need to set up my Crimer account, then get a late dinner and some sleep. Because starting tomorrow, Penny Larceny is headed for the big time. Heck yeah, that was fun! I really love that. Caper complete. I enjoyed that a lot. Trading day, caper complete. Do you want to save before continuing? Yes! Cool. So before I continue, I just wanted to mention that I thought that was a very well done tutorial. It really got you into the action relatively immediately. I think it got me really invested in the plot. It got me invested in Penny. I got to learn a lot about her and her motivations. It kind of taught you the ropes of how capers work. There's sort of like a phase where you collect intel, then there's the phase of planning the heist, and then there's the phase of actually doing the heist or doing the caper, which makes a lot of sense. Great fun. I really love Gibson. I like the fact that there are these characters where it does matter who you do or don't know. The choices so far definitely feel like they matter. And again, I just really love this dynamic between myself, the player, and the protagonist, Penny. And it seems very interesting. And there, again, you're starting to see the plot or story reason why we're not controlling Penny directly as ourselves. And yeah, I like how she kind of called us her superpower. The voice in her head is her superpower. I'm not sure what to call that, but like I said, I'm calling it breaking the fourth wall, so she can actually connect to the player person, whatever the player person she thinks of. I don't think she knows us as the player. I am curious what she refers to us as. What does she call us? What does she think of us as? And maybe we'll sort of like find the origin of how she can communicate with me or us, the players. I like that. It's clever. Very clever. Very creative. Alright, let's go on to the next scene. It's been 2 days since the heist at Legitimate, or the next act, I guess. It's been 2 days since the heist at Legitimate Business Company. 2 days since setting up my Crimer account. The thing is kinda impressive, not gonna lie, and it's got so many masks I recognize. Any of them hotties? User 319, Magnetic North. Hey Penny! Hey Penny! Congrats on getting in! Where'd you steal your invite from? Hack some servers at LBC. Wow, South and I are proud of you. Come by our cafe sometime for a donut. I have no idea if that's the right accent for the character. I can change it later. It just, I don't know. It was just a fun accent I wanted to do. It's sort of like a Harley Quinn thing going on there, or at least I'm trying to. Badly. Apparently stealing access to the app is pretty common. Might even be a rite of passage. Maybe that's how you are supposed to get crimers. You're supposed to steal it from someone else. If so, that's good for me. It means less chance of consequences for my caper. Ghost Pepper. Barbecue at my place this weekend? My new chili recipe is gonna knock 'em dead. I guess Ghost Pepper was able to get out of their bank robbery? Figuratively? Not literally? Sure, whatever. I'm user 1123. 1123, Fibonacci. I'm Fibonacci. Maybe that's my next alias is Fib-O-Nachi. I don't know. And I'm not gonna lie, the chit-chat is very distracting. Feels good to feel like part of the mask community. I've been flying semi-solo for so long, aside from the occasional backyard potluck. Sign me up for potlucks, I'm all about the food. Fools! I will destroy them all! Okay, what set you off this time? My dinner delivery included napkins and plastic forks when I expressly unchecked that box. Plastic waste is destroying the environment. They will pay in blood. You got issues, man. It's just a lot of fun to socialize with my fellow masks, you know? Even the less stable ones. But the most interesting text to come in so far. Crimer Admin Matchmaker. User 1123, you are cordially invited to the Crimer Social Mixture at Destructo's Bar and Grill, 8 p.m. sharp on Wednesday. Sincerely, the Matchmaker. I like the idea of the Matchmaker. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. An invitation from a Crimer admin to a social mixer? Sounds like a trap. No, it's not. Hopefully it's not a trap. It's a little risky, considering I broke into Lenny's office to get Crimer access. But I haven't gotten a single work request since joining this thing. No major boss villains have swiped right on my profile. Maybe a fancy party would get my name out there. If I'm gonna eat food and get Gibson's cyberware fixed, I need jobs. So I costume up and head out. Let's go meet some bad guys. Some hottie baddies. Whoa, this is snazzy. Girl could get used to this. Girl, child? Ah, Destructo's Bar and Grill. Sounds like a great place to bring a date. That's what I'm thinking. Sometimes you want to go where everybody loathes your name, and they're always mad you came. You want to go where everybody loathes your name instead of knows your name. Nice. That's a Cheers reference, I believe. I'm a regular at Destructo's. He's a great guy, a retired mask who runs an underground speakeasy for their feminine set. It started as a hole in the wall, a real seedy joint, but after getting destroyed once or twice, Destructo decided to go more upscale. The masks don't need filthy gin joints. Turns out nobody likes filthy gin joints when they can drink in class and style instead. So that's me, I'm all about the class and style. If I'm gonna be a supervillain, I'm gonna be a supervillain with class and style, eating at places like this. And I've never seen it so packed. There's all sorts of masks here, and some I recognize, some I don't. Each of us has a hello, my name is tag with our secret mask names, although my mask name is just my real name. Yes, believe it or not, my real name is Penny Larceny. I think you see why I ended up a criminal, right? And I'm nervous. Why am I nervous? I'm awesome. I'm a hot commodity. Of course, all these big name masks will want to hire. Of course, all these big name masks will want to hire me. I got this. I got this. I got this. Right? You got this. Calm down. You got this. It's perfectly normal to be uncomfortable in a crowd of strangers. What sort of criminals are you hoping to work with? Yeah, I'm gonna distract her with a question, which is a tactic I use on my toddler children all the time. Is distract them from their fear. When my kids get scared of something, like if it's in the middle of the dark, in the middle of the night, I usually distract them by asking them a random question. What sort of criminals are you hoping to work with? Hopefully ones with realistic expectations. A lot of these guys have grand schemes that are just never gonna happen. I can cite at least a dozen masks who think they're gonna conquer the world, and no, unlikely. But if I meet the right people, I can really take my game to the next level. Fortunately, before I have to start figuring out an in for mingling socially, someone speaks up and the crowd hushes. Oh! Is she the crimer? She's the crimer mastermind. Maybe there is no legitimate Leonard. Maybe she's legitimate Leonard. Maybe she's the Yellow King or whatever. Friends, your attention please. Thank you all so much for coming to our little party. We hope you'll make valuable contacts today. I love how people aren't supposed to be like recognized even though they just have a small tiny mask on their face. I'll be directing this event on behalf of Crimer and the King in Yellow. My name is the Matchmaker, Crimer Henchwoman. Oh, that's a twist. What a twist! I did not see that. I did not see that coming. I'd like to think that I'm relatively good at figuring out twists ahead of time. This one I didn't see coming. It's a cute twist. I like it. Already impressed. And the Matchmaker. And I'm very happy to be here to aid in your villainous schemes. So she's essentially our new Iris, kind of. Wow, she's pretty stylish. Nice to see Crimer staff looking all professional and posh and stuff. It's her. It's Lenny's personal secretary. Don't you recognize her? That's the internship director. That's the flimsiest disguise I've ever seen. She works for LBC. That's the flimsiest disguise I've ever seen. She works for LBC. What? I've never seen this person before. What are you talking about? It's literally the same woman as before. How are you not seeing this? I recognize her fine. It's literally the same woman as before. Don't be silly. That nice office lady didn't wear a mask. Oh, I love this so much. It pokes so much fun. Pokes so much fun at the genre. Clark Kent wears glasses. Superman doesn't wear glasses. I mean, I'd notice, right? Nope, no mask. This woman has a mask on. Can't be the same person. Yeah, just like you have a mask and then don't have... You know what? It's okay. I think you've got the benefit of your super weird outsider perspective. Me, I have no idea who this is. Masks work really well, you know. It's why nobody recognizes me when I'm just kidding either. It's foolproof. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce our mutual benefactor. He is the visionary responsible for the Crimer service. Friends, I give you... And a man in a yellow power tie and an identity-concealing blur mask appears, broadcast through a concealed projector. Interesting! Criminals, masterminds, villains all, I bid you good evening. The King in Yellow, Crimer director. Wondering if that's a reference to something. King in Yellow. Holy shirt, the King in Yellow. I've never met him. Few have. He never leaves his private island, and any communication is rare. I guess a typical Crimer social event is beneath him, showing up in person. This, presumably not pre-recorded, broadcast is all we get. Tonight you will forge relationships that will enable you to take your evil schemes to the next level. Crimer is an antidote to Capebook. We are the disruptive element. We bring doom to the heroes and victory to the villainous. Through Crimer, perhaps one day you too will rule an empire like mine. Perhaps. I give you only the tools. It's up to you and your boundless ambition for evil to rise and claim your destiny. This gathering represents your first step. Start off on the right foot. I look forward to watching your progress. And he vanishes as the broadcast ends. Not gonna hang around for that, apparently. Now then, we're going to do a little thing I call speed dating for supervillains. A number of prominent criminal bosses will be seated at tables, and potential henchpersons will move from table to table. You only get a few minutes before the bell rings, and you have to move to the next table. Everyone to your stations, let this speed dating event commence. Okay, not what I was expecting, but hey, means I don't have to break the ice myself. A Crimer assistant directs me to my first table as the bell chimes for the round to begin. And my first villainous dream date is a mad scientist. Ooh.